Okay. Oh. If this is your first time seeing my face, seeing my channel, seeing my videos, my name is Tiara LaReese and I post beauty content for fun. If you're a beginner, you want to learn all things beauty, makeup, there's all the girly girl things, subscribe. If you're a vet and you want to learn new tips, subscribe. If you just want to vibe, subscribe. Okay y'all, today we're going to be talking about my makeup based routine and every single one, all of the products that I use to get a flawless base. I always start off with my brows before I do anything, before I do skin prep or anything. Before I skin prep or anything, because I hate laying brow product on top of moisture. I don't know. It just like the slip and slide that goes down, the slip and slide that goes down. Like I like to do my brows on dry skin. So for my brows, I like to use the Nyx Brow glue. I've used a bunch of brow glues, brow primers throughout the years, and I always come back to this no matter what, because I don't know. And the crazy thing about it is I was kind of reluctant to buy this when it initially went like viral or whatever. So I'm like, it can't be that good. It can't be, but it's that good. Like, glue my brows up, like straight up. And yes, it's gonna look crazy in the beginning, but trust the process. Trust me, daddy. Okay, so after I've gelled both of my brows, as you can see, nice and greasy, I like to take like this little end of the freaking bottle, and I like to press them down to the skin. Like that. Maybe that's good. Yeah. We're gonna do the camera angles like this because I feel like it's better lighting. After the brows dry completely, I like to go in with this e.l.f. It looks gunky, it looks nasty. Don't judge. But I like to go in with this e.l.f. clear brow and lash mascara. There's like a lash side and a brow side. I like to take the brow side and then I use it to sweep the hairs down in an angle. Kind of like that. And I don't know, but I feel like this makes my brows look a little cleaner and a little fuller. I could be delusional. I'm not picky about like the brow pencil I use as much as the brow gel. Like as long as the brows are stuck, like I'm okay with using any brow pencil. But one of my favorites recently is the Benefit My Brow pencil in the shade Auburn. I hope you guys don't hear that like machine going. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a lawnmower or something else, but it's kind of loud. So my hair is kind of like an auburn coppery shade. Like, it kind of looks brown sometimes, but for some reason auburn brown pencils have me hooked. Like, I love it. I love it. I might not be going back, and maybe I might not be going back. Maybe when I dye my hair back black one day, but for now, this is it. Like, and this is kind of running low, so I need to get another one. I go in and I fill in my brows, brushing up, just like how I glued them up. And I like a light brow. I go back and look at some of my, I go back and look at some of my old like makeup pictures, my old pictures, and the way I used to do my brows, like the darkness when my hair was black. Like I used to, when my hair was black, I used like a dark brown brow pomade, I think, and it kind of looks a little crazy. Like it still look good. It still look good because I was doing my thing, but it kind of looks a little crazy. Like, and then I remember I went through like a short, very short. It was very short. Like I thought I was doing something. Thought I was still with something. Like, it was a very short, like, thin brow phase. Like, where I thought I liked thin brows. Like, I still like thin brows, but like, not the thin that I thought I liked. Like, I like my brows like medium inside. This is a lot of talk about brows. This is a lot of talk about brows. Okay, let me finish this and we'll move on. So now after the brows are done and filled in, I then go in with skin prep. And when I skin prep, it's very basic. It's very basic skin prep. It's not doing too much. I used to do too much, but I'm like, what is all this? Like, why am I doing a whole full routine? Why am I doing a whole full routine that doesn't really matter? Like, just a bunch of products that don't really matter. Like, okay, first I like to go with moisturizer. You could use any moisturizer you want as long as it's water-based. I like to use water-based moisturizer. And I like to go in with the La Roche-Posay Triple Repair moisturizing cream. Like, it's my favorite. Now I only take a little because it is humid outside. We really don't need as much. But the funny thing is, I got these two products last year for my birthday gift from Sephora, and I still have them. I still use them. Haven't bought the full size yet. But it's the Glow Recipe Water Glow PHA BHA Toner and the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Nice in My Dew Drop. These are the two things I use to prep my skin, and that's it. That's it. This is the SPF I like to use. Another small little travel size because I didn't get the full size yet. But the Paula's Choice Youth Extended Daily Hydrating Fluid SPF 50. Like, this is probably the best sunscreen to ever exist. Like, it doesn't leave a white cast. No white cast. It makes the skin look very flawless. Pores shrunken. Skin glowing. I love this stuff for bare skin and I love it for underneath makeup. So that is the SPF. I use my face, you know. Cause you gotta protect, we gotta protect. We gotta protect from the sun. And it doesn't like have that super, like, it doesn't have that super loud SPF smell either. Like, it's very like, okay, then I go in and clean up my brows. And I like to clean up my brows with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade Honey. Honey is like the closest to my shade, I think. It's probably like a few shades lighter. Now that is like, I got a little tan. Got a little tan on me. Cleaning the brows up is an important step. Like, I used to skip the step because I'm thinking like, that's so 2016, 18. Who cleans up their brows anymore? Like, who does that them? You need to like clean up your brows, cleaning up your brows makes your makeup look more seamless and intact. It's an honest truth. And I forgot to clean my brushes, so we're working with and I stopped like shaving and plucking my eyebrow hairs because I used to like last year I used to laminate my brows and like wax them and stuff, but I barely have any brow hairs to begin with. Like, what was I doing? So I stopped. And so I have to make sure I clean up my brows, not doing makeup. Like, or it's gonna look crazy around here. So for my base, I have to tell you something. I have to tell you guys something. I don't want to say it because it kind of makes me sad, but I basically am over foundation. I'm over foundation, like actual foundation. I've been obsessed with skin tints, skin serums, tinted serums, anything very lightweight and skin tinty like, skin serum like I'm obsessed. Like, I still wear foundation for like more like put together occasions. Like, if I had to wear a super full base of makeup, I still wear foundations because I don't want my foundations to go expired. I don't want my foundations to be expired. But like full on, full coverage foundation, I've been staying away from. Like I haven't used a foundation in months. So this is the skincare I've been obsessed with lately. It's the Revlon TikTok Nude First. TikTok Nude First is the Revlon Serum Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 15. It has SPF. It's the Revlon Illuminance Serum Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 15, which is perfect for the spring and summertime. Perfect for the hot months. It's an ant on the wall. The shade match with these is so perfect. Like I haven't used it in a week. And I did get a little tan, so I don't know if it's still the case. I'm pretty sure it's still the case. But the shade match is perfect. I don't think there's a better skin tint out, high-end or drugstore, better than this. Like Revlon really did their thing. So I like to use the shades 417 and the shades 509. And I take a little bit of both. Because 417 is a little warm. And 509 is like neutral. It's like perfect, the perfect shade, but I like a little warm and neutral mix. I like to take off a little brush, mix it. This palette that's kind of dirty. Oh, like look at that match. Like oh my god, perfect. Like my concealer, everything sits on top so perfectly. Like. And the blend, oh, she's beautiful. Like that was perfect. You can't tell me anything else. Like oh my god, that shade match. That's what gets me going. Like a foundation or skin tint, whatever, blending into the skin like a dream. Like there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I don't know why I thought this concealer was like a mid concealer before. Like I was like I wore it like a couple times, stopped reaching for it, and didn't think about it again. But then I went back to it like maybe the beginning of the year. Went back to it, bought a different shade, more neutral shade. It's perfect. I love it. It's the only concealer that I really reach for nowadays. Like I have a bunch of concealers that I love. Like that I always will love. Like but. You know, you find something good, you just can't let it go. Like you keep going back to it, no matter what. Like I wish I wasn't as obsessed so that I can use my other concealers, but this is perfect. Like it's the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Tan Walnut. And look at that. And I like to apply a decent amount because the skin tint is super light. And I like to use the Real Techniques microfiber sponge. When it comes to sponges in me, microfiber is the only way to go. Like I cannot use a basic beauty blender, like the basic regular sponge. Like for some reason it doesn't do the job. It doesn't do the job if it's not microfiber. I love my Juno and Co sponges, so like these are what got me into the microfiber sponge little game, the Juno sponges. But I've been recently using the Real Techniques one because it's a little cheaper, and it's really good. And I kind of pinched the hole into it, but it's fine. I like to take my time with blending out my concealer because this is where everything could go wrong. Like the concealer, I've seen people walk around with patchy concealer, creasing concealer that's not completely doing it. Like Jesus Christ, like come on girls, get it together. And then I like to take the little residue, the little leftover on the sponge, and I like to go over my forehead. Just lightly, we want just a little brightness up there. Not too much, not a crazy clown amount. Cream contour. So the cream contour that I've been obsessed with lately is the LYS No Limits Contour Stick in the shade Strength. Like I love this stick. I love this little stick. I love this little rectangle.
I'm not slow, but I'm slow.
Nigga, what?
And I got into this late because everyone has been there and done that. And I just got into it. And I love it. Like, the coverage And then the angles, like I could just get in there. Like, these are all the places that I like to bronze slash contour. No cheekbones, basic, forehead, jawbone, a little on my little chin, and a little under the lip, and some, just a tiny bit on the nose, like, because I rather powder contour my nose over cream, but I like to stipple and pat it out because rubbing is gonna move the product underneath, and we don't want that. We don't want that, babes. We really don't want it. I like to use a lot of contour. I feel like contour is really what makes or breaks the base. Contour is really the thin line between you looking like a pancake fish or a goddess. Like, the girls that don't wear contour with their makeup or any type of bronzer or anything, any type of shadow, I don't know how you guys do. After all that's blended, now it's time for the setting. Sometimes I'll go in with like liquid blush, but today's not a liquid blush type of day, so skip that. Okay, so I set my under eyes 2 times because I have oily skin. I like to keep my makeup intact. I like to keep it kind of matte. First, I like to go in with a pressed powder, and this looks crazy, but trust the process. Like I said, trust the process. So I like to go in first with the Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Press Foundation, and I like to set with that first, and it's in the shade 312. I take that and go over my eye first. I go over my under eye first and set that in place. This just gives a brighter under eye, and it also helps like double set. Like, there's like, the set is still, it's set to the max, and I love to set each individual like step with a different powder to match, because then it makes your makeup look like makeup. Like, your makeup doesn't look like mixed up mush. Like, there's actual lines in between each step where you can see like the contour, the concealer, not in a bad way, in a good way, you'll see. Then I go in with my Mercier powder, and I set over the pressed powder. And it's kind of like semi-baking. Like, I kind of semi-bake. Like, I don't let it sit for a long time. I let it sit for enough time. Then I go in with powder bronzer, and I like to use 2 different bronzers too. And so first I like to go with the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer, because this bronzer is kind of like more neutral brown shade. Going with that first, very lightly, very lightly. We don't want to look like we're going on RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, no offense, no offense. And then we're gonna do the nose also, very lightly. After that, I go on with the NYX Buttermelt bronzer. This is very warm. A lot of people hate it because it's so warm, but I love it because it's so warm. Like I love a little warm bronze moment. And it's so pigmented. Like, you do not need to scrape the pan 1 top, 2 top, and it's in there. Like, and I love how warm it is because it gives summer vibes. Like, I thought it was the spring. I thought it was the summertime. Like, why are we scared of warmth? Why are we scared of warmth? Okay, after that, now it's time to set the entire face. Yes, we have to set again. I used the Sephora Microsmooth powder to set the face and blend everything together. Alyssa Ashley taught me, and I've never let it go. Like, this is still the method I use. I know she probably doesn't use it anymore, but I still do. If I want to add a little more warmth to my face, I go in with the shade Almond because it's a little warmer. It's a little warmer, but it still works. If I want to keep my face neutral looking, neutral and light, I go in with the shade Mahogany. And I think I'm going to go in with Mahogany today, because I feel like the bronzer added enough warmth. With this fluffy brush, swirl it, whirl it. And we go over the whole face, sweeping away all the powder and blending everything together. The last step to the base is blush. I had a little liquid blush phase. like everyone else. And I've been going back to just using powder brushes. I've been going back to using powder blushes recently. I'm still not over the liquid blush phase, but using powder blush is just, it shortens the time to fit. It shortens the time of doing my makeup. So I just go in with powder blush and leave it at that. And let me show you my favorite blush. Let me tell you, this is my favorite blush right now. Because I know it changes. I know next month it might be completely different. But right now, it's the Huda Beauty GloWish Cheeky Vegan Blush Powder in the shade Sassy Saffron. Saffron, whichever. It's the perfect mix between pinky, like corally, I guess. Like, you'll see. I have to get in there. You get it. And I have no problem with blushes where you have to keep going back and applying it, because I love a build up blush. I love a build up blush. Like, sometimes when you dig into a pan, those super pigmented blushes, you apply it and it's like a big splash of pink or whatever. It's like, sometimes it irks me. So a build up blush gets me. Like, she gets me, like. So yeah, you have to build her up. But once you get her there, like, look at that. Blush, no blush. Blush, no blush. She's beautiful. I have no words. I have a lot of words, but also none. Sliding makeup. We're not doing it. The setting 2 times each step works. Like, it really works. Keeps makeup intact. But to go further, the setting spray I use. Sometimes I skip setting spray. Like, if I'm not gonna wear my makeup for long, like if I know I'm only gonna like have it on for a few hours, I'm not gonna do the whole setting spray thing, because I feel like it's too much. It's wasteful. But if I know I'm gonna wear a face for a full day, like 7 hours plus, then we're setting with spray. The main spray I like to use is the Stay All Day Blue Light Micro Setting Mist by e.l.f. Like, my favorite. She doesn't make the makeup oxidize and look stupid like some setting sprays does. You know who you are. But if I want to go a little further with the setting, OneSize. These two together and separate, they're good, but together they're like Bonnie and Clyde. Charlote Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Party all night. Now she eats. I have this huge bottle because she eats. I think we're gonna go in with her first. And she smells divine. Like, she smells like a girl. Like, she's giving girl. The scent is giving girl. Drench. It really brings all the pigment out as it should be. Look at that. Then I'll go in with the e.l.f. spray. And that'll be. This is the end result. Makeup is done. The whole base is done. Base looks flawless. I did a little liner, added some lashes, did a little lip combo moments, and the base looks flawless. Like, besides all that, the eyes and the lips are like the cherry on top, but the base looks great. Like, I love it. Like, I love when I get to the end. I love when I get to the end of my makeup and it looks like how I want it to look. Like, I just love it. Like, I love putting, like, the process of putting this together is very therapeutic to me. It's very artistic to me. Like, I don't know, it's very creative. And honestly, the lip combo, if you want to know the lip combo, I'm pretty sure by the time this is posted, the lip combo will be posted also on my TikTok. Like, it's the way I forget to wipe off my nose ring every time, because having it for so long, I had it for like 2.5 years. It feels like it's like a part of my body now. Like, I forget it's there. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little combo. I hope you guys learned some things, because I shouldn't see any of you walking around town with your base looking cracked and whack. Because I just showed you the formula. I showed you the products to use, implement them, and most of them are affordable. Like, come on.